This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, May the 1st, 2016. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and weather remaining a bit unsettled. There's a look at the surface map for today, and we have primarily a surface low over the Ohio River Valley, over southern Illinois, southern Indiana primarily, but that cold front continues to be draped across the lower Mississippi River Valley and into southeast Texas. It's not moving a great deal. Part of the reason for that is the upper flow. And the upper flow is remaining southwesterly as a small upper low comes out of the central Rockies and will be moving across the northern part of the Central Plains states over the next couple of days. That's going to keep that frontal boundary in our area. The result is we're going to stay somewhat unsettled. Temperatures this morning very mild, as most readings generally in the 60s across central Alabama. A little bit cooler there in the northeast where Fort Payne was 61, and a little bit warmer down along the Gulf Coast where Mobile was in the lower 70s. But overall, generally in the 60s, and we do have some colder air coming our way by the end of the week. Radar showing that we do have some showers across central Mississippi, extending down into Louisiana. Those folks are dealing with a lot of flooding down that way once again. The watch warning map shows we have some flash flood watches in the central Appalachians area, parts of West Virginia and Ohio primarily, and then those green areas in southern Louisiana are all flash flood watches as well. QPF, the quantitative precipitation forecast, indicates that over the next 5 days through Friday morning, and most of this will be falling between now and probably Tuesday morning. We expect on the order of 1 to 2 inches across parts of central Alabama. Not everybody's going to get the same amount of rain, however, because of the nature of the fact that these are all showers. Storm Prediction Center is outlooking only 2 areas of marginal risk, one in the central Appalachians extending over into Indiana, and the second down across the Gulf Coast and extending into South Texas. For day 2, the primary area will be in the mid-Atlantic states, extending from extreme eastern Tennessee up in across Virginia to the Delmarva area. And then for day 3, that's going to be along the Southeast U.S. coast. All right, let's get to the 06Z GFS model run. We don't have much in the way of changes for week 1, but week 2 is a big change. But here comes the little trough and a closed low coming out across Iowa today. And that underneath that, we have a broad surface low over the Ohio River Valley, with that front trailing back across the lower Mississippi River Valley into southeast Texas. The upper low moves over into the vicinity of Missouri and Illinois. But in the meantime, at the surface, we still have a surface low that has moved over to New England area and the mid-Atlantic states, but we're still trailing that front down into the lower Mississippi River Valley. So the frontal boundary stays with us, so we remain somewhat unsettled through Monday as well. We finally begin to see some changes Tuesday as the upper air system begins to gel, if you will, the ridge developing over the western states, but a more vigorous and a deeper trough over the eastern half of the country. And that will help on Tuesday to begin to sweep the frontal boundary out of our area as we see a surface high settle in over Oklahoma. And again, that should help us to dry out. I think probably we'll still have some chance of showers on Tuesday morning, but by Tuesday afternoon, we may see some peaks at the sun. The trough really becomes established by Wednesday at midday 18Z, and again with that surface high over Texas, we have a nice northerly flow, and that's drying things out across the southeastern U.S., so we should see a very beautiful day for Wednesday. Thursday, that trough really becomes established, and we see it also on Friday as the ridge begins to move our way, and that means our chilliest day is likely to come Friday morning as the surface high settles in over the area and the wind goes completely calm. But even on Thursday morning, we could see some places dip into the 40s. By the weekend, by Saturday, the ridge is overhead, so with the ridge over in the upper atmosphere and the high pressure over the southeastern U.S., we should have a great Mother's Day weekend for the first half, and then, of course, on Sunday, the ridge is continues to migrate eastward slowly, so everything's staying off to our west. Looking out into Voodoo Country, we don't have well-established systems like we did yesterday. Instead, the GFS is basically pushing the main westerlies and the storm track along the U.S.-Canadian border and keeping much of the southern part of the United States under a southwesterly flow. That means we should have a good deal of clouds as well as probably daily chances for some showers because the pattern is looking a lot like a summer pattern. This is by May 12th, and then by May 16th, you can see that we're still under this kind of generally not quite zonal, but little disturbances moving through it, but a rather weak flow over the southern part of the United States. And again, that would be just an establishment of showers almost every day being a possibility. That'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this morning. James Spann will be back with the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, you can always stay tuned to the blog and check in with notes on Alabama's weather. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great Sunday and Godspeed.